When you're in the water treatment business, you're in the public health business. The number one thing that protects public health is a good, high quality drinking water system. If you look at the history of water treatment in the United States, fluorination, the first time it was applied was in 1908 in New Jersey. And it was because of necessity. Large numbers of people in the United States were dying of cholera as well as typhoid. So those situations, the thousands of people were dying, drove utilities to provide treatment. And then in the 20s, it started in terms of using filtration as another step to reduce the effect of viruses and bacteria and the death rates in the United States. But the big improvement was in disinfection of water, because so much of life depends on clean and safe water. And if you don't have it, you tend to contract diseases that kill you fairly quickly. A lot of that has been done. We have a great water system that deals with that. When you deal with super low concentrations that don't have a measurable public health improvement, then you're in effect taking funding away from the most important, one of those being infrastructure. I mean, many of the systems in the United States were put in the 20s. Some of the treatment facilities are still being used. Distribution systems certainly age back, and just because it's old doesn't mean it's bad, but they do tend to wear out and need to be replaced. And those improvements are extremely important. And the problem is your biggest threat to public health is no water supply. So that infrastructure becomes the base of everything that has to make sure it has adequate funding. But there's a lot of things that get driven by different NGOs or politics and things like that, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it is. And it affects the priority making relative to protecting the health of the public in the United States. The most important thing as we look forward is to prioritize the needs for improvements in terms of treatment and infrastructure is based on public health. As future leaders have to keep their eye on the ball relative to what are the highest priorities to protect public health.